Let yesterday be yesterday. Living in the past will always hold you back, no matter what it is, whether it's a person, whether it's a memory, whether it's just some experience or something that you may have went through that plays a huge weight on you, bro. We need to learn to let yesterday be yesterday if we want to truly move on and focus on the future. The more that you allow it to stay and hinder around your mind, the harder it's going to be to look past it. But when you truly learn how to live for right now and to focus on the things in the present day, this is when you find yourself. This is when you reach a form of happiness that no one could take away from you, bro. Because you're not reflecting and you're not stuck in the past anymore. You're not thinking about previous relationships or old things that may have happened in your life that you may enjoy, bro, because you're so focused on building new memories and experiencing new people. You understand that thinking about the past 24/7 isn't going to do anything but hold you back. Truly knowing that carrying the baggage of yesterday, bro, is a burden. If you got all that weight from the trauma or anything that you may have went through, bro, and you're constantly carrying this on to the next day and the next day, just think about you reliving those events and constantly going through the motions, constantly having those same feelings and those expressions, and allowing yourself to be stuck in this trap of unhappiness. But one thing that you have to take into account, bro, is that this is your decision. It is your decision to constantly have this perception on the past and not allow it to simply just be the past and move on. And that's the key with life, bro. A lot of the things that we may go through has such a huge impact on us simply because of our perception, simply because we constantly choose to carry this baggage on for years and years and years and years to come before we finally decide to move on. And all of these things just ultimately hinder our overall growth. This is why some people take 50 and they take till they 40 years old to finally reach their breakthrough point where they feel enlightened and free, where they finally healed from all the things in their childhood. This is because they carried so much baggage, bro. They carry so much weight, so much pain, so much trauma onto their later years in life that they wasted so much time, and they're barely reaching that point where they're able to see things through and choose happiness and choose to focus on the future. And one thing that's really helped me in terms of not looking back on the past, bro, is that either you're going to choose yesterday or you're going to choose your future. Either you're going to choose to stay stuck in the past, bro, or you're going to make a decision to focus on the future and the things to come. But you're not going to be able to properly get to where you want to get in your life, bro, if you're constantly looking back. And the way that I like to think about it, bro, is we have two eyes for a reason. And when we have our mind set on something and we're going in a direction, we use our eyes to guide us to get to that direction. And truly, the hard part is acceptance. Accepting everything for what it is. Accepting the fact that the past is the past and you can't do anything about it. And if it's not something that you could physically change, bro, then why even spend the time worried about yesterday, bro? Why even spend the time hurt and thinking about all the things that's happened in the past? Because you physically can't change it. And I feel like this is a different level of growth when you're able to come to terms with everything within yourself and learn acceptance and look yourself in the mirror and be like, hey, I can't change this, but today I'm not going to let this be a burden on me anymore. I'm not going to carry this baggage on into the next day because I understand how it's affecting my future. This is a completely different level of growth, bro. But once we reach this point, we'll start to feel way happier and we'll see our life change because we're not focusing on the things of the past anymore. We're not focusing on these old toxic relationships because we're so worried about the new things that God is going to bring into our life. Because you just never know what he has in store for you, bro. How could you possibly get the things that you want out of your future if you're constantly holding on to things from the past? It just doesn't work like that. But a lot of people want their cake and they want to eat it too. And this is why a lot of people never reach that point of true happiness, because they constantly looking back and they constantly holding on to things that they should have let go years and years ago. And I was somebody who did this, bro. I held on to something for so long and it ain't do nothing but hurt me at the end of the day. But don't trick yourself, bro. If you're somebody like me, don't tell yourself, oh, I'm only doing this because I understand what I'm going to learn about it. See, I was a little different, bro. I used to try to psych myself out of doing certain things or make excuses for myself, bro. I used to tell myself I was holding on to certain people, even though I knew they weren't good for me. I used to tell myself I'm doing this because of the lessons that I'm going to learn behind it. and really just making excuses, bro. But now is not the time for excuses. Now is the time to move on. Now is the time to be a grown adult and choose you and choose happiness. Because the longer that we do this, bro, the longer that we're gonna be unhappy. And I feel like one thing that's so hard for many of us to look past as far as letting yesterday be yesterday, bro, I feel like it's when our family pass away or somebody that we may know pass away. But you have to think of it like this, bro. It's very unfortunate for a lot of us because of the love and the memories and everything that we may have shared with them, but they're in a better place, bro. They don't have to deal with the things that we have to deal with and the struggles and the everyday life that we have to deal with, bro. It's over with. And with that being said, I know each and every one of our loved ones would not want us to sit around grieving, and they would not want us to sit around sad. They would all want us to go out and make them proud and do the things that we said we were going to do and be successful and really just be happy overall. And I like to use my grandma's passing, bro, as pure motivation for me to keep going, for me to keep pushing forward and do the things that I want to do in life, but not looking back at it as a terrible memory and just constantly reflecting on it in a sad way, bro, but really looking back at it as a form of just motivation. Like, man, now I have an actual reason to do this. Somebody's looking down on me, bro. Somebody is actually believing me and they want me to do this. So I can't give up on myself. I can't give up on the loved ones that believe in me, bro. But I'm not going to sit down and reflect on the past as if it was something so negative and bad and let it hold me back. And that's the key thing, bro. There's nothing wrong with grieving, but we just cannot let the things that happen in our life hold us back. We cannot carry burdens onto the future because we'll truly never move on and heal from the traumas of life. But with focusing on the present did for me, bro, is it completely just changed my aura. People started to realize that I looked way happier. People started to realize that I was just living with a sense of purpose more because I wasn't reflecting on the past, bro. I was so focused on now and trying to do things to make my present life as good as I possibly could. And people understood that, bro. And I truly gained a different sense of respect because people understood that I was grinding and I was putting in the work to get to where I wanted to get. Lastly, bro, moving on is healthy. Moving on with your life is the best decision that you can make. Whether it's relationships, whether it's trauma, anything that you may go through, moving on is gonna be the best decision for you. If there was a trait that I wish I had at a young age, bro, I swear I wish it would be my ability to be able to just move on and let things and let people go and let those experiences go, bro. Because I spent so much time reflecting. I've wasted so much time looking back on my past, on what things could have been, that I missed out on so many opportunities in my present days. But that's okay. The key to life is just learning and moving on from it and not doing it again and not making the same mistakes. But if you made it to the end of the video, man, I appreciate you so much. It's your boy Blue J Tay. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all boys on the next one. Peace.